there is something happening in your energy field right now that your conscious mind hasn't fully translated yet. You can feel it, even if you don't have the words for it. A kind of knowing that arrived before the analysis. A sense of something that landed in your body before your brain had a chance to construct a sentence around it. Maybe it was a person you met, and within the first few seconds, before they said anything significant, before you had any real evidence, your field had already rendered a verdict. Maybe it was a decision that looked perfect on paper, logical, reasonable, supported by all the visible facts. And yet, something in you was quietly, persistently saying no. Maybe it was a moment when you thought of someone and they called. Or a situation you sensed was shifting long before anyone announced that anything had changed. You've been taught to call these moments intuition. You've been taught to say it carefully, almost apologetically, because we live in a world that demands explanation, that wants data before it will validate your knowing. And so you've learned to doubt the signal. You've learned to override the transmission. You've learned to wait for the verbal, the logical, the provable, even when something in you already knows. But here is what no one told you. Those moments of knowing were never supernatural. They were never random. They were never lucky guesses dressed up in spiritual language. Those moments were your aura doing exactly what it was designed to do. Your personal energy field, the measurable electromagnetic field that extends several feet beyond your body in every direction, was reading the quantum information in your environment, processing frequencies, detecting coherence and incoherence, matching patterns at a level of resolution that your conscious mind simply cannot access in real time. Your aura was doing what it has always been doing: broadcasting and receiving, transmitting and translating, perceiving at the quantum level, and sending that information up through your nervous system as sensation, as feeling, as the thing you call a gut feeling or a knowing. Your quantum aura already knows what your mind is still trying to figure out. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how that works. Not as metaphor, not as spiritual poetry, but as the actual quantum mechanical process that is happening in your energy field at every moment of every day. I'm going to show you what your aura is perceiving, how it processes that information, why you've been trained to ignore its transmissions, and how to restore the conscious connection between your field's knowing and your lived experience. Because here is the thing that changes everything. The moment you understand what your aura is actually doing, the moment you stop dismissing its signals as irrational and start recognizing them as high-resolution quantum data, everything shifts. You stop being surprised by outcomes your field already detected. You stop overriding the warnings your electromagnetic signature was broadcasting. You stop choosing with only half your intelligence, the slow half, the verbal half, the conscious half, while the faster, deeper, more quantum accurate half of your knowing has been waiting patiently for you to listen. Your light is on. It has always been on. And it has been trying to show you what it sees. Let's begin. You are not a solid object moving through a neutral world. You are a radiating field of energy. This is not poetry. This is physics. The human body generates electromagnetic fields as a natural consequence of its biological processes. Your heart, your brain, your nervous system, every cell in your body is engaged in constant electrical activity. And electrical activity generates electromagnetic fields. The HeartMath Institute has spent decades measuring the electromagnetic field generated specifically by the human heart. And what they've found is extraordinary. The heart's electromagnetic field is approximately 60 times greater in amplitude than the brain's electrical activity. It extends in a torus shape, like a donut of energy, several feet beyond your physical body in every direction. It is measurable with sensitive magnetometers. It is real. It is physical. And it is constantly in motion, constantly changing, constantly broadcasting information about your internal state to the space around you. This is your aura, not a mystical concept, not a belief system, a measurable electromagnetic field generated primarily by your heart and shaped by the coherence or incoherence of your entire nervous system. When people have spoken about auras for thousands of years across dozens of cultures, they were perceiving something real. Something they didn't have the scientific language to describe precisely, but something that was there. That is there. That is there around you, right now. And here is what makes this extraordinary. That field doesn't just radiate outward. It also receives. It interacts with the electromagnetic fields of other people, other organisms, the environment itself. When you walk into a room and feel the energy before anyone speaks, your field is reading the electromagnetic signatures of the people and space around you. When you meet someone and feel immediate ease or immediate unease, your field has interfaced with their field and detected coherence or incoherence at a frequency level. When you sense that something is off in a relationship, in a situation, in a decision, your energy field has already processed quantum-level information that your conscious mind is still trying to catch up to. Your aura is the fastest, most sensitive, most comprehensive perception system you have. And most people have spent their entire lives ignoring its transmissions. Now let me show you something about your field that will change how you understand every moment of knowing you've ever had. Quantum mechanics tells us something profound about the nature of information and observation. At the quantum level, particles exist in superposition, meaning they hold multiple possible states simultaneously until they are observed or interact with another system. When two quantum systems interact, they can become entangled, meaning the state of one instantly influences the state of the other, regardless of the distance between them. Information at the quantum level is not just contained in particles. It is encoded in fields, in the relationships between fields, in the patterns of coherence and incoherence that ripple through the quantum fabric of reality. Your energy field operates in this quantum domain. The heart's electromagnetic field is not just a biological byproduct. It is an information-rich broadcast that interacts with the quantum field of everything around it. When your field encounters another field, there is an instantaneous exchange of information that happens at a level far below conscious processing. Your nervous system receives that information and translates it upward through layers of biological processing until it reaches your awareness as sensation, as knowing, as the feeling you've been taught to call intuition. But here is the crucial point. That translation process takes time. The quantum interaction happens first, instantaneously, at the level of your energy field. The conscious understanding of what was perceived can take seconds, minutes, sometimes much longer. This is why your aura knows before your mind does. The knowing happens at the quantum level. The understanding is the mind catching up. And this is why you've been trained to distrust it. Because by the time you're consciously aware of the knowing, it doesn't feel like data. It doesn't come with footnotes and explanations. It arrives as a feeling, as a certainty without a visible source, as something you just know. And in a culture that has decided that only explicable things are real, that has decided that feelings without evidence are irrational, you've learned to override the most sophisticated perception system you possess. Your aura knows, and it has been knowing accurately, consistently, for your entire life. The question is not whether your field is perceiving. It is whether you are listening. Let me tell you about something that happens at the quantum level when two energy fields meet. When your electromagnetic field interacts with another person's electromagnetic field, what's being exchanged is not just generic energy. It's coherent information. Your field is broadcasting your actual frequency, the real-time state of your nervous system, your emotional coherence or incoherence, your authentic patterns versus your performed ones. And you are simultaneously reading their broadcast. This is why you can feel when someone is lying, even when their words are perfect. This is why you can feel when someone genuinely cares, even when they haven't said so. This is why you can walk into a space where something intense happened hours ago and feel a residue that has nothing to do with anything visible. Your field is reading the electromagnetic information that is actually present, not the story being performed on the surface. The HeartMath Institute has conducted studies showing that the heart's electromagnetic field carries information about emotional states, that this information can be detected by other people's nervous systems, and that this detection can happen outside of conscious awareness. They've shown that when people are in states of heart coherence, meaning when the heart's rhythm is smooth, ordered, and harmonically resonant, their field becomes clearer, more powerful, and more capable of both broadcasting and receiving information accurately. Heart coherence is the quantum mechanism behind clear knowing. When your heart is coherent, your aura is broadcasting a clean, high-resolution signal. And when your field is clean and coherent, it receives the signals around you with far greater accuracy. You become, in quantum terms, a better antenna, not just for sending, but for receiving, for perceiving, for knowing. And this is what most people never learn, that the clarity of your knowing is directly related to the coherence of your field. That the accuracy of your intuitive perception is not fixed. It is not a talent you either have or don't have. It is a function of your electromagnetic coherence. And coherence is something you can cultivate, something you can choose, something you can consciously develop. If this is landing in your field, if something in you is recognizing what we're exploring here, go ahead and like this video and subscribe so these transmissions keep finding you. But first, let's look at what happens to your field's knowing when coherence breaks down. Because this is where most people live, and understanding it is the first step to changing it. When your nervous system is in a state of chronic stress, fear, or emotional turbulence, the heart's electromagnetic field becomes incoherent. The rhythm becomes erratic. The signal becomes noisy. And the information carrying capacity of your field degrades. You are still broadcasting, but what you're broadcasting is a scrambled signal. And you are still receiving, but what you're receiving is being processed through a noisy, distorted system. This is why fear-based anticipation feels like intuition, but isn't. Fear generates its own electromagnetic signature, its own predictions, its own certainty. And that certainty can feel just as real, just as convincing as genuine quantum knowing. But fear-based perception is not reading what is actually there. It is reading what fear has prepared you to see. It is pattern matching to previous threats, previous wounds, previous moments of loss and danger. It is not perceiving the present field. It is overlaying the past onto the present. This is one of the most important distinctions in understanding your aura's knowing. Clear field perception reads what is actually present in the quantum field right now. Fear-based perception reads what your nervous system is primed to expect based on past experience. And when you've been living in chronic stress or unresolved emotional patterns, these two things can feel identical. The anxiety feels like a warning. The fear feels like wisdom. The past trauma feels like present discernment. Learning to distinguish between your field's genuine quantum knowing and your nervous system's fear-based projection is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. And the way you develop it is through coherence, through returning your field to a state of clear, ordered, harmonically resonant broadcasting and receiving. Through learning to feel the difference between the quiet certainty of genuine knowing and the loud urgency of fear. Genuine knowing is usually quiet. It doesn't shout. It doesn't demand immediate action. It doesn't feel like panic. It feels like a settled certainty, a quiet yes or no that sits beneath the noise, that is still there when you return to it. That doesn't change based on what you want to be true. Fear shouts. Fear insists. Fear demands a decision now. Fear changes its story based on what would be most catastrophic. Your aura knows, and its knowing has a particular quality: calm, clear, consistent. Yours. Now let me show you something about the specific mechanics of how your field processes information before your mind does. Because understanding this is what allows you to trust it. Your brain, as a biological organ, is extraordinary. And one of its most extraordinary features is that it is not designed primarily to react to reality. It is designed to anticipate it. Neuroscience has shown us in the last few decades that the brain operates through what is called predictive processing. It is constantly generating models of what it expects to happen next, comparing incoming sensory information to those predictions, and updating its model when reality deviates from expectation. This predictive system operates at multiple levels, from the most basic sensory predictions all the way up to complex social and environmental pattern recognition. And the vast majority of this processing happens below conscious awareness. Your conscious mind is, in a sense, the last to know. By the time you have a conscious thought about something, your brain has already processed enormous amounts of information and generated a probability model that your conscious awareness is only just catching up to. There is something happening in your energy field right now that your conscious mind hasn't fully translated yet. You can feel it, even if you don't have the words for it. A kind of knowing that arrived before the analysis. A sense of something that landed in your body before your brain had a chance to construct a sentence around it. Maybe it was a person you met, and within the first few seconds, before they said anything significant, before you had any real evidence, your field had already rendered a verdict. Maybe it was a decision that looked perfect on paper, logical, reasonable, supported by all the visible facts, and yet something in you was quietly, persistently saying no. Maybe it was a moment when you thought of someone and they called, or a situation you sensed was shifting long before anyone announced that anything had changed. You've been taught to call these moments intuition. You've been taught to say it carefully, almost apologetically, because we live in a world that demands explanation, that wants data before it will validate your knowing. And so you've learned to doubt the signal. You've learned to override the transmission. You've learned to wait for the verbal, the logical, the provable, even when something in you already knows. But here is what no one told you. Those moments of knowing were never supernatural. They were never random. They were never lucky guesses dressed up in spiritual language. Those moments were your aura doing exactly what it was designed to do. Your personal energy field, the measurable electromagnetic field that extends several feet beyond your body in every direction, was reading the quantum information in your environment, processing frequencies, detecting coherence and incoherence, matching patterns at a level of resolution that your conscious mind simply cannot access in real time. Your aura was doing what it has always been doing: broadcasting and receiving, transmitting and translating, perceiving at the quantum level, and sending that information up through your nervous system as sensation, as feeling, as the thing you call a gut feeling or a knowing. Your quantum aura already knows what your mind is still trying to figure out. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how that works. Not as metaphor, not as spiritual poetry, but as the actual quantum mechanical process that is happening in your energy field at every moment of every day. I'm going to show you what your aura is perceiving, how it processes that information, why you've been trained to ignore its transmissions, and how to restore the conscious connection between your field's knowing and your lived experience. Because here is the thing that changes everything. The moment you understand what your aura is actually doing, the moment you stop dismissing its signals as irrational and start recognizing them as high-resolution quantum data, everything shifts. You stop being surprised by outcomes your field already detected. You stop overriding the warnings your electromagnetic signature was broadcasting. You stop choosing with only half your intelligence, the slow half, the verbal half, the conscious half, while the faster, deeper, more quantum accurate half of your knowing has been waiting patiently for you to listen. Your light is on. It has always been on. And it has been trying to show you what it sees. Let's begin. You are not a solid object moving through a neutral world. You are a radiating field of energy. This is not poetry. This is physics. The human body generates electromagnetic fields as a natural consequence of its biological processes. Your heart, your brain, your nervous system, every cell in your body is engaged in constant electrical activity. And electrical activity generates electromagnetic fields. The HeartMath Institute has spent decades measuring the electromagnetic field generated specifically by the human heart. And what they've found is extraordinary. The heart's electromagnetic field is approximately 60 times greater in amplitude than the brain's electrical activity. It extends in a torus shape, like a donut of energy, several feet beyond your physical body in every direction. It is measurable with sensitive magnetometers. It is real. It is physical. And it is constantly in motion, constantly changing, constantly broadcasting information about your internal state to the space around you. This is your aura, not a mystical concept, not a belief system, a measurable electromagnetic field generated primarily by your heart and shaped by the coherence or incoherence of your entire nervous system. When people have spoken about auras for thousands of years across dozens of cultures, they were perceiving something real. Something they didn't have the scientific language to describe precisely, but something that was there. That is there. That is there around you, right now. And here is what makes this extraordinary. That field doesn't just radiate outward. It also receives. It interacts with the electromagnetic fields of other people, other organisms, the environment itself. When you walk into a room and feel the energy before anyone speaks, your field is reading the electromagnetic signatures of the people and space around you. When you meet someone and feel immediate ease or immediate unease, your field has interfaced with their field and detected coherence or incoherence at a frequency level. When you sense that something is off in a relationship, in a situation, in a decision, your energy field has already processed quantum-level information that your conscious mind is still trying to catch up to. Your aura is the fastest, most sensitive, most comprehensive perception system you have. And most people have spent their entire lives ignoring its transmissions. Now let me show you something about your field that will change how you understand every moment of knowing you've ever had. Quantum mechanics tells us something profound about the nature of information and observation. At the quantum level, particles exist in superposition, meaning they hold multiple possible states simultaneously until they are observed or interact with another system. When two quantum systems interact, they can become entangled, meaning the state of one instantly influences the state of the other, regardless of the distance between them. Information at the quantum level is not just contained in particles. It is encoded in fields, in the relationships between fields, in the patterns of coherence and incoherence that ripple through the quantum fabric of reality. Your energy field operates in this quantum domain. The heart's electromagnetic field is not just a biological byproduct. It is an information-rich broadcast that interacts with the quantum field of everything around it. When your field encounters another field, there is an instantaneous exchange of information that happens at a level far below conscious processing. Your nervous system receives that information and translates it upward through layers of biological processing until it reaches your awareness as sensation, as knowing, as the feeling you've been taught to call intuition. But here is the crucial point. That translation process takes time. The quantum interaction happens first, instantaneously, at the level of your energy field. The conscious understanding of what was perceived can take seconds, minutes, sometimes much longer. This is why your aura knows before your mind does. The knowing happens at the quantum level. The understanding is the mind catching up. And this is why you've been trained to distrust it. Because by the time you're consciously aware of the knowing, it doesn't feel like data. It doesn't come with footnotes and explanations. It arrives as a feeling, as a certainty without a visible source, as something you just know. And in a culture that has decided that only explicable things are real, that has decided that feelings without evidence are irrational, you've learned to override the most sophisticated perception system you possess. Your aura knows, and it has been knowing accurately, consistently, for your entire life. The question is not whether your field is perceiving. It is whether you are listening. Let me tell you about something that happens at the quantum level when two energy fields meet. When your electromagnetic field interacts with another person's electromagnetic field, what's being exchanged is not just generic energy. It's coherent information. Your field is broadcasting your actual frequency, the real-time state of your nervous system, your emotional coherence or incoherence, your authentic patterns versus your performed ones. And you are simultaneously reading their broadcast. This is why you can feel when someone is lying, even when their words are perfect. This is why you can feel when someone genuinely cares, even when they haven't said so. This is why you can walk into a space where something intense happened hours ago and feel a residue that has nothing to do with anything visible. Your field is reading the electromagnetic information that is actually present, not the story being performed on the surface. The HeartMath Institute has conducted studies showing that the heart's electromagnetic field carries information about emotional states. that this information can be detected by other people's nervous systems, and that this detection can happen outside of conscious awareness. They've shown that when people are in states of heart coherence, meaning when the heart's rhythm is smooth, ordered, and harmonically resonant, their field becomes clearer, more powerful, and more capable of both broadcasting and receiving information accurately. Heart coherence is the quantum mechanism behind clear knowing. When your heart is coherent, your aura is broadcasting a clean, high-resolution signal. And when your field is clean and coherent, it receives the signals around you with far greater accuracy. You become, in quantum terms, a better antenna, not just for sending, but for receiving, for perceiving, for knowing. And this is what most people never learn, that the clarity of your knowing is directly related to the coherence of your field. That the accuracy of your intuitive perception is not fixed. It is not a talent you either have or don't have. It is a function of your electromagnetic coherence. And coherence is something you can cultivate, something you can choose, something you can consciously develop. If this is landing in your field, if something in you is recognizing what we're exploring here, go ahead and like this video and subscribe so these transmissions keep finding you. But first, let's look at what happens to your field's knowing when coherence breaks down. Because this is where most people live, and understanding it is the first step to changing it. When your nervous system is in a state of chronic stress, fear, or emotional turbulence, the heart's electromagnetic field becomes incoherent. The rhythm becomes erratic. The signal becomes noisy, and the information carrying capacity of your field degrades. You are still broadcasting, but what you're broadcasting is a scrambled signal. And you are still receiving, but what you're receiving is being processed through a noisy, distorted system. This is why fear-based anticipation feels like intuition, but isn't. Fear generates its own electromagnetic signature, its own predictions, its own certainty. And that certainty can feel just as real, just as convincing as genuine quantum knowing. But fear-based perception is not reading what is actually there. It is reading what fear has prepared you to see. It is pattern matching to previous threats, previous wounds, previous moments of loss and danger. It is not perceiving the present field. It is overlaying the past onto the present. This is one of the most important distinctions in understanding your aura's knowing. Clear field perception reads what is actually present in the quantum field right now. Fear-based perception reads what your nervous system is primed to expect based on past experience. And when you've been living in chronic stress or unresolved emotional patterns, these two things can feel identical. The anxiety feels like a warning. The fear feels like wisdom. The past trauma feels like present discernment. Learning to distinguish between your field's genuine quantum knowing and your nervous system's fear-based projection is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. And the way you develop it is through coherence, through returning your field to a state of clear, ordered, harmonically resonant broadcasting and receiving. Through learning to feel the difference between the quiet certainty of genuine knowing and the loud urgency of fear. Genuine knowing is usually quiet. It doesn't shout. It doesn't demand immediate action. It doesn't feel like panic. It feels like a settled certainty, a quiet yes or no that sits beneath the noise, that is still there when you return to it, that doesn't change based on what you want to be true. Fear shouts. Fear insists. Fear demands a decision now. Fear changes its story based on what would be most catastrophic. Your aura knows, and its knowing has a particular quality. Calm, clear, consistent. Yours. Now let me show you something about the specific mechanics of how your field processes information before your mind does. Because understanding this is what allows you to trust it. Your brain, as a biological organ, is extraordinary. And one of its most extraordinary features is that it is not designed primarily to react to reality. It is designed to anticipate it. Neuroscience has shown us in the last few decades that the brain operates through what is called predictive processing. It is constantly generating models of what it expects to happen next, comparing incoming sensory information to those predictions, and updating its model when reality deviates from expectation. This predictive system operates at multiple levels, from the most basic sensory predictions all the way up to complex social and environmental pattern recognition. And the vast majority of this processing happens below conscious awareness. Your conscious mind is, in a sense, the last to know. By the time you have a conscious thought about something, your brain has already processed enormous amounts of information and generated a probability model that your conscious awareness is only just catching up to. This is the neurological basis of what feels like intuition. But here is where it gets even more interesting in the context of your aura. Your brain's predictive processing system is fed not just by the 5 conventional senses, but also by the information your electromagnetic field is receiving and transmitting to your nervous system. Your body's interoceptive system, the system that reads the internal state of your body, is directly connected to the heart's electromagnetic activity. The vagus nerve, the primary communication pathway between your heart and your brain, carries a constant stream of information upward from the heart to the brain. Approximately 80% of the fibers in and the vagus nerve carry information from the body to the brain, not the other way around. This means your heart is constantly sending information to your brain. Your field is constantly treating the quantum information in your environment. That reading is constantly being transmitted through your nervous system to your brain's predictive processing system. And your brain is incorporating that information into its models of what is happening and what is likely to happen next, all before you have a conscious thought about any of it. When you feel that something is off, your field has detected an incoherence in the environment. When you feel that someone is trustworthy, your field has detected a coherence in their electromagnetic signature. When you know that a decision is wrong, even though it looks right on paper, your field has detected a mismatch between the quantum information present in that direction and the coherent state your field is seeking. Your aura knows before your mind does, because it is operating at a faster, deeper, more fundamental level of information processing. And your body, your nervous system, your heart, your gut, they are all part of the communication system that carries that knowing upward into your awareness. This is why knowing often arrives as a body sensation first. A tightening in the chest, a settling in the belly, a feeling of expansion or contraction. These are not random emotional reactions. They are your field's knowing, being translated through your body into a form your conscious mind can eventually access. The question is never whether your field is knowing. It is whether you have learned to read the translation. Let me share a story with you. A story about a woman named Sarah. Sarah had built a life that looked, from the outside, like everything she had worked for, a career she had climbed into with discipline and intelligence, a relationship that had lasted 7 years, a home that was exactly what she had told herself she wanted. And she had told herself she was happy. She had constructed the narrative carefully because the alternative, the possibility that something was fundamentally wrong, was too destabilizing to consider. But her field knew. It had been knowing for a long time. There was the persistent, low-grade unease she felt on Sunday evenings that she had attributed to work stress. There was the way her body would tighten slightly every time her partner spoke about the future, a tightening she had learned to override with logic and reassurance. There was the moment 3 years earlier when she had stood at a crossroads and felt with absolute clarity that she was choosing the wrong direction, and then had talked herself out of that clarity with a list of reasonable-sounding reasons. Sarah was intelligent. She was analytical. She was good at constructing explanations. And she had been using that intelligence to systematically override her field's knowing for years. The first time Sarah became aware that something different was happening was during a moment of unusual stillness. She had taken a walk alone on an early morning, before the noise of the day had started, before her phone had filled with demands and notifications, before her mind had begun its habitual construction of the day's narrative. And in that stillness, something surfaced. Not a thought, not an analysis, a knowing, clear and quiet and completely unmistakable. This is not your life, not a dramatic revelation, not a crisis, just a quiet, settled, unargued truth that her field had been trying to communicate for years, and that she was finally still enough to hear. What Sarah discovered in the months that followed was not that her field had been wrong in those earlier moments. It had been right, consistently, precisely, with a clarity that became almost painful to look at in retrospect. What had been wrong was her relationship with her own knowing. She had been trained, as most people are, to trust the explicable over the felt, to trust the logical over the sensed, to trust the constructed narrative over the quiet certainty that had no footnotes. The process of learning to trust her field's knowing was not dramatic. It was quiet. It was a practice of returning, again and again, to the body's signals before reaching for the mind's explanations. It was learning to sit with a knowing before trying to explain it. It was learning to distinguish between the voice of her fear and the voice of her field. Fear was loud and urgent and changed its story. Her field was quiet and consistent and always there when she returned to it. Sarah's life did not transform overnight, but it began to align. Decision by decision, she began to choose in the direction her field was pointing, rather than in the direction her constructed narrative demanded. And what she found was not chaos, but coherence. The life that began to assemble around her conscious choices felt different from the life she had built through logic alone. It felt, for the first time, like hers. Your field knows. It has always been knowing. The question is the same one Sarah faced. Are you still enough to hear it? Has there been a moment when your aura knew before your mind caught up? A time when you felt something shift in a room, or sensed someone's energy before they spoke a word, or followed a quiet certainty you couldn't explain and found it was exactly right? I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Your experience is part of this field too. Let's do something together right now. Let's bring your field into conscious awareness. Let's practice the thing that changes everything, which is simply learning to feel your own electromagnetic signature. Find a position of ease. You don't need to change anything about where you are or what you're doing. Just allow your body to settle slightly, to release the active holding that we carry through most of our days. Let your shoulders drop a fraction. Let your jaw soften. Let the muscles around your eyes relax. Now bring your attention to your chest. Not your thoughts about your chest, your actual chest. The physical space at the center of your sternum. This is where your heart is generating the electromagnetic field that extends beyond your body in every direction. Just notice that space. You don't need to feel anything dramatic. You don't need to manufacture an experience. Just place your attention there, gently, with curiosity. Now imagine or simply sense that the field generated by your heart is not contained within your skin, that it extends outward in every direction, like a sphere of gentle radiance, a few inches, a foot, several feet. This is not imagination. This is physics. This field is real. It is measurable. It is there right now, regardless of whether you can feel it. As you hold your attention in this space, notice what is already present. There may be a quality of warmth. There may be a subtle sense of expansion. There may be a kind of quiet aliveness that is different from your thoughts. This is your field. This is your aura. This is the electromagnetic instrument that has been knowing things your whole life. Now, with your attention resting in this field, I want you to bring to mind something you are currently uncertain about. Not to analyze it, not to solve it, just to bring it into the field of your attention and notice what happens in your body. Does your chest expand or contract? Does your belly settle or tighten? Does something in you move toward or away from this thing? This is your field speaking. This is the quantum knowing that arrives before the verbal understanding. Don't try to translate it yet. Don't try to explain it or justify it. Just notice it. Just let it be there. This is the beginning of learning to read your own aura's knowing. The practice is simply this. Bring your attention to your field. Bring the question or the situation into the field. Notice the response before you reach for the explanation. And then, over time, begin to trust what you notice. Your aura knows. And now you are beginning to learn how to listen. Here's where your aura becomes even more extraordinary. The quantum field that your aura interfaces with is not just a passive medium. It is a responsive system. What you broadcast into it shapes what it reflects back. What your field radiates, the quantum field assembles around. This is not metaphor. This is quantum resonance. The principle that systems at the quantum level tend to synchronize with, attract, and amplify signals that match their own frequency. When your field is broadcasting a coherent signal, a signal of genuine knowing, of clear intention, of authentic frequency, the quantum field responds by organizing reality around that coherence. This is why people who are deeply connected to their own knowing seem to move through life with a kind of precision that others can't quite explain. They aren't luckier. They aren't smarter in the conventional sense. They are simply more coherent. Their field is broadcasting a clearer signal, and the quantum field is responding with greater precision. When your field is broadcasting an incoherent signal, when it's scrambled by fear, by suppressed knowing, by the chronic override of your own perception, the quantum field responds with corresponding incoherence. Things feel random. Outcomes feel surprising. Reality seems to move against you rather than with you. This is not punishment. It is simply resonance. The field is reflecting back the frequency it is receiving. This is why learning to trust your aura's knowing is not just about personal clarity. It is about quantum coherence. It is about bringing your broadcast into alignment with what is actually true for you, so that what you radiate is a clean, clear, authentic signal that the quantum field can respond to with precision. Think about the moments in your life when things have flowed, when the right people appeared at the right time, when opportunities seemed to find you rather than the other way around, when decisions felt clear and outcomes aligned with what you had sensed was coming. These were moments of field coherence, moments when your aura was broadcasting a clear signal and the quantum field was assembling reality around it. And think about the moments when things felt stuck, random, chaotic, when you kept encountering the same patterns in different forms, when what you were trying to create kept dissolving before it could take shape. These were moments of field incoherence, moments when your broadcast was scrambled, when your knowing was being overridden, when the signal you were sending was mixed and unclear. The quantum field doesn't judge. It doesn't reward the virtuous and punish the fearful. It simply responds to frequency. It assembles around what you radiate. And what you radiate is determined more than anything else by the coherence of your field, by whether you are broadcasting your genuine frequency or a distorted, fear-modified version of it. This is why becoming conscious of your aura's knowing is one of the most practically powerful things you can do. Not just for your inner life, for your actual, lived, material reality. Because when you stop overriding your field's knowing, when you start choosing in alignment with what your aura has already perceived, your broadcast becomes coherent. And a coherent broadcast changes what reality assembles around you. Your light is on. It has always been on. And what you radiate, reality assembles around. Now let me take you deeper into the specific ways your aura processes quantum information, because there are several distinct channels through which your field knows things before your mind does. And understanding each of them gives you access to a fuller spectrum of your own perception. The first channel is what we might call frequency matching. Your electromagnetic field is constantly comparing the frequencies it encounters to its own coherent state. When it encounters a frequency that matches, there is a sense of resonance, of ease, of rightness. When it encounters a frequency that is discordant, there is a sense of dissonance, of unease, of warning. This is the mechanism behind the immediate sense of trust or distrust you feel when you meet someone. It is not based on their words or their appearance. It is based on the actual electromagnetic frequency their field is broadcasting, and whether that frequency is coherent or incoherent, genuine or performed. People can perform confidence. They cannot perform coherence. They can perform friendliness. They cannot perform genuine electromagnetic resonance. Your field reads the actual signal, not the performance. This is why your knowing about people is often more accurate than your analysis of them. Analysis can be fooled by a good performance. Your field cannot. The second channel is what we might call pattern trajectory detection. Your field, working in concert with your brain's predictive processing system, is constantly tracking the direction in which patterns are moving. Not just where they are now, but where they are going. A relationship that is gradually becoming less coherent. A situation that is slowly moving toward resolution or toward collapse. A person whose frequency is shifting over time. These trajectories are visible to your field long before they become visible to conscious analysis. This is the mechanism behind the knowing you feel when a relationship is ending before it officially ends. Your field has been tracking the trajectory of the electromagnetic signature of that relationship, and it has detected the direction of movement. The conscious mind, which prefers to focus on the current state rather than the direction of change, resists this knowing. The field, which is always tracking movement and direction, has already seen where things are going. The third channel is what we might call environmental field reading. Your aura is constantly reading the electromagnetic information encoded in spaces, in situations, in the collective field of groups of people. When you walk into a room and feel the energy before anything is said, you are reading the residual electromagnetic information that has been generated by the people and events that have occurred in that space. When you feel a collective shift in a group's energy, you are detecting a change in the combined electromagnetic field of the people. The present. When a place feels heavy or light, welcoming or hostile, this is your field, reading real information encoded in the electromagnetic environment. The fourth channel is what we might call quantum field anticipation. This is the most subtle and the most extraordinary of the channels, and it is the hardest to explain in purely conventional terms. At the quantum level, information is not strictly bound by linear time in the way our conscious experience is. Quantum systems can exhibit what appears to be non-local correlation, where information about one state influences another state instantaneously, regardless of temporal or spatial separation. Your aura, operating in the quantum domain, may have access to information about probable futures, about the quantum field states that are forming and moving toward manifestation before they arrive in your linear conscious experience. This is the mechanism behind the most striking moments of knowing. When you thought of someone and they called. When you sensed something was about to happen, and it did. When you knew the outcome of a situation before it unfolded. These are not coincidences. They are not supernatural. They are your field reading quantum information that exists in the field before it manifests in linear time. The quantum physicist David Bohm spoke about what he called the implicate order, the underlying field of information from which all manifest reality unfolds. Your aura, as a quantum electromagnetic field, is interfacing with that implicate order at every moment. The knowing that arrives before the event is your field reading the implicate order, reading what is already formed in the quantum field before it has unfolded in the manifest world. You've always known you radiate something. You just didn't have the science to confirm it. And you've always had moments of knowing that felt too precise to be random. Now you understand why they weren't. But let me address something important, because understanding that your field knows is only the first part of the practice. The second part is learning to work with the conditions that either amplify or diminish your field's clarity. Because your aura's knowing is not equally accessible at all times. There are conditions under which it is sharp, clear, and unmistakable, and there are conditions under which it is muffled, distorted, or drowned entirely. The primary condition that amplifies your field's knowing is coherence. When your heart is in a state of coherent rhythm, when your nervous system is settled and regulated, when your electromagnetic field is generating an ordered, harmonically resonant signal, your perceptive capacity is at its peak. You are most able to receive and accurately translate the quantum information your field is processing. The signal-to-noise ratio in your own system is at its highest, and the quiet knowing that is always present becomes audible above the noise. The primary conditions that diminish your field's knowing are chronic stress, emotional turbulence, and what we might call perceptual noise. When your nervous system is in a state of chronic activation, when your heart rhythm is erratic and incoherent, when your field is broadcasting a scrambled signal, the quantum information your field is receiving cannot be accurately translated. It gets mixed with the noise of your own system's distress. And what surfaces as knowing is often not your field's genuine perception, but your nervous system's fear-based projection. This is why the practices that support heart coherence, that calm and regulate the nervous system, that return the electromagnetic field to an ordered state, are not just wellness practices. They are perceptual practices. They are practices that directly improve the quality of your aura's knowing. Breath work that activates the vagus nerve and shifts the heart into coherent rhythm. Meditation that reduces the internal noise that drowns the field's subtle signals. Time in natural environments, which have their own electromagnetic fields that support the regulation of your nervous system. Physical movement that discharges the activation of chronic stress and returns the body to a settled state. These are all practices that directly improve the coherence of your field, and therefore the clarity of your knowing. There is another condition worth understanding, the condition of what we might call perceptual crowding. Your field is always receiving information, but the conscious mind has a limited bandwidth for processing what it receives. When that bandwidth is fully occupied by the constant stimulation of modern life, by the endless stream of notifications and information and demands on attention, there is simply no space for the subtle signals of your field's knowing to surface. The knowing is still happening. The field is still perceiving. But the translation cannot reach consciousness, because consciousness is already completely full. This is why stillness is not a luxury. It is a perceptual necessity, not mystical stillness, not the absence of thought. Simply the reduction of external stimulation to a level where the subtle signals of your field can be heard. A walk without your phone. A few minutes of sitting in silence before the day begins. A moment of closing your eyes and bringing your attention to your field before making a significant decision. These are not spiritual practices. They are perceptual hygiene. They are the clearing of space in your conscious bandwidth so that what your field already knows can reach you. Your aura knows. The question is whether you are creating the conditions for that knowing to surface. Let me tell you about a man named Callum. Callum was someone who prided himself on his analytical mind. He had built his career on his ability to process information quickly, to make decisions based on data, to trust the logical over the felt. And for a long time, this had served him well. He was good at his work. He was respected for his precision. He had constructed a life that was, by most external measures, successful. But Callum had a pattern that he didn't fully understand. He consistently found himself 6 months or a year into a situation, recognizing that he had known something important early on and had overridden it. A business partnership that had ended badly. He had felt, in the first meeting, something he couldn't name, a slight dissonance in the other person's frequency, something that hadn't matched the confident words being spoken. He had dismissed it as nervousness, as irrational caution, and had proceeded on the basis of the analysis alone. A year later, the partnership had dissolved in exactly the way his field had quietly warned him it might. A relationship that had cost him years. He had known within the first few weeks that something was fundamentally misaligned. His body had been telling him clearly, in the language of contraction and unease, that this was not his frequency. He had overridden it with the logic of shared interests and mutual attraction and the fear of being alone. And 3 years later, he arrived at the same truth his field had offered him in the beginning. Callum was not unintelligent. He was not unperceptive. He was simply undertrained in the specific skill of trusting his field's knowing over his mind's analysis. He had developed one half of his intelligence to a very high level and had systematically neglected the other half, the faster half, the quantum half, the half that reads frequency before language, that detects trajectory before outcome, that knows before it can explain. The shift for Callum came not through a dramatic revelation, but through a simple practice. He began, before making any significant decision, to spend 5 minutes in stillness with his attention in his heart field, not analyzing the decision, not rehearsing the arguments, just bringing the decision into his field and noticing the response, the expansion or contraction, the settling or the tightening, the quality of ease or unease that arose before his mind had a chance to construct a narrative around it. He didn't abandon analysis. He added field perception to it. He began to use both halves of his intelligence, the quantum knowing and the logical processing. And what he found was that when both were pointing in the same direction, his decisions were consistently sound. When they were pointing in different directions, when his field was saying one thing and his analysis was saying another, he learned to pause, to investigate, to look more carefully at what his field was detecting that his analysis was missing. Over time, Callum began to trust his field, not blindly, not at the expense of his analytical capacity, but as a genuine source of information that deserved equal weight. And the pattern of arriving too late to knowings he had already had began to dissolve. He stopped being surprised by outcomes his field had already seen. He stopped finding himself 6 months later, recognizing what he had known at the beginning. He didn't become psychic. He became coherent. He became someone who used the full spectrum of his intelligence, including the quantum intelligence of his aura. Your field knows, and when you begin to trust it, you stop arriving late to your own knowing. Here's what happens at the quantum level when you consciously align with your field's knowing. When you make a decision that is coherent with your field's genuine perception, something shifts in your electromagnetic broadcast. The signal becomes cleaner. The frequency becomes more ordered. Your aura begins radiating a coherent signal that is aligned with your authentic knowing, rather than with the fear-based narrative that has been overriding it. And the quantum field, which responds to frequency, begins assembling reality around that coherent signal. This is the mechanism behind what people sometimes describe as things flowing. When you are in alignment with your field's knowing, when you are choosing in the direction your aura is pointing, when your broadcast is coherent and clear, reality tends to organize around that coherence. The right information appears at the right time. The right people show up. The obstacles that were blocking the path when you were moving against your field's knowing begin to dissolve. Not because reality is rewarding your virtue, but because your coherent signal is resonating with the quantum field in a way that allows what is genuinely aligned with your frequency to reach you. Conversely, when you are consistently overriding your field's knowing, when you are choosing against your aura's clear perception, your broadcast becomes incoherent. You are sending a mixed signal. Part of your field is broadcasting what you genuinely know. Part of it is broadcasting the fear-based narrative you've chosen to believe instead. The quantum field receives a scrambled transmission and responds with corresponding disorder. Things that should work don't. Opportunities that seemed aligned dissolve before they can materialize. The reality that assembles around you feels mismatched, random, like you're in the wrong story. This is not punishment. It is not cosmic judgment. It is simply the physics of frequency. What you radiate, reality assembles around. And when what you radiate is a coherent signal aligned with your genuine knowing, reality assembles around that coherence with precision. Your aura is not just a perception system. It is a creative instrument. What it knows and what it broadcasts are the two sides of the same quantum coin. The more you trust its knowing, the more coherent your broadcast becomes. The more coherent your broadcast becomes, the more precisely reality assembles around what you are genuinely creating. This is the full picture of what your quantum aura is doing. It is not just receiving information. It is broadcasting your frequency into the quantum field and participating in the assembly of your reality. Every moment, continuously, whether you are conscious of it or not. The question is whether you want to be conscious of it, because a conscious broadcast is infinitely more powerful than an unconscious one. Let me show you another layer of your aura's knowing, one that most people never learn about their own energy field. Your aura has what we might call a coherence memory. The electromagnetic field of your heart is shaped not just by your current state, but by the patterns of coherence and incoherence you have lived over time. The patterns of when you listened to your knowing and when you overrode it. The patterns of when you allowed your field to broadcast its genuine frequency and when you suppressed it in favor of the fear-based narrative. These patterns are encoded in your field as a kind of electromagnetic history, and they influence the quality of your current broadcast and reception in ways that are not always obvious. If you have spent years systematically overriding your field's knowing, if you have trained yourself to distrust your own perception, if you have lived in chronic states of stress that have kept your field incoherent, there is a kind of accumulated static in your electromagnetic signature, a background noise that interferes with both your ability to receive clear signals and your ability to broadcast a clean frequency. This is not permanent. This is not a fixed state. The electromagnetic field is dynamic. It changes with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every shift in your emotional and physiological state. The patterns that have accumulated can be cleared. The coherence that has been disrupted can be restored. The knowing that has been suppressed can be reawakened, but it requires intention. It requires practice. It requires the consistent choice to return to coherence, to return to the quiet space of your field's genuine knowing, to practice trusting the signal, even when the noise of fear is louder. The HeartMath Institute has shown that even brief periods of intentional heart coherence, periods of consciously generating positive emotional states while focusing attention on the heart, can shift the heart's rhythm into a coherent pattern that has measurable effects on the nervous system, the immune system, and the quality of cognitive and intuitive function. This is not a long process. It is not a years-long practice before you begin to see results. Even minutes of intentional coherence can shift the quality of your field, and therefore the quality of your knowing. This is the radiance practice that your aura is calling you toward. Not a complicated technique, not a demanding spiritual discipline, simply the consistent return to coherence, the consistent choice to bring your attention to your heart field, to generate genuine positive emotion in that space, to allow your field to return to its natural state of ordered, harmonically resonant broadcasting. Because your natural state is coherence. Your field was not designed for chronic incoherence. The stress, the fear, the suppressed knowing, the overriding of your own perception. These are not your natural state. They are the result of conditioning, of a culture that taught you to distrust your own signal, of experiences that convinced you that your knowing was not reliable, of the accumulated static of years of choosing the logical over the felt. Beneath all of that, your field is coherent. Your light is on. It has always been on. You don't need to build coherence from scratch. You need to return to the coherence that is your natural state by removing what has been dimming it. You've been glowing this whole time. You just forgot to look. Let's go deeper into the practice of restoring and maintaining your field's coherence. Because this is where the knowing becomes not just occasional, but consistent. Where the flashes of intuition become a steady stream of clear perception. Where you stop arriving late to your own knowing and begin living from it. The foundation of field coherence is what the Heart Math Institute calls heart-focused breathing. It is beautifully simple. You shift your attention to the area of your heart. You breathe in a smooth, even rhythm, imagining or sensing that your breath is flowing directly through the heart center. And as you breathe, you intentionally activate a genuine positive emotion in that space. Not a performed emotion, not a forced positivity, a real one. Appreciation for something actual in your life. Care for someone you genuinely love. The felt sense of a moment when you felt truly at ease, truly yourself, truly alive. The specific emotion matters less than its genuineness. Your field reads authentic frequency, not performed frequency. What shifts the heart into coherent rhythm is not the idea of a positive emotion, but the actual felt experience of one. Even a small, genuine appreciation, even a quiet, real sense of care is enough to begin shifting the heart's rhythm toward coherence. When you practice this, even for a few minutes, the effect on your field's knowing is measurable and immediate. The heart rhythm becomes more ordered. The vagus nerve activity increases, signaling safety and regulation to the brain. The brain's processing shifts from reactive mode to receptive mode. The internal noise that has been drowning the subtle signals of your field's knowing decreases, and the knowing becomes more audible. This is the practice that Sra discovered in her early morning walks. Not a formal technique, simply the return to stillness, to genuine feeling, to the quiet space of her own field. And it is the practice that Callum began before significant decisions, not mystical, not demanding, simply the creation of the conditions under which your field's knowing can surface. There is another practice that directly amplifies your field's knowing. The practice of asking your field before asking your mind. When you face a decision, a situation, a person, before you reach for the analysis, before you begin constructing the logical framework, bring your attention to your heart field. Ask the question, not as a verbal question to your mind, but as a felt inquiry to your field. And notice the response before you begin to explain it. This practice trains you to access the quantum knowing before the analytical overlay. It trains you to give your field's perception its rightful place in your decision-making process. And over time, it builds a relationship of trust between your conscious mind and your aura's knowing. A relationship that allows you to use the full spectrum of your intelligence, both the quantum and the analytical, both the felt and the reasoned, both the fast and the slow. Your aura knows, and the more you practice listening to it, the more clearly it speaks. There is something I want to address directly because it is one of the most common obstacles to trusting your field's knowing. The fear that you are making it up. When you begin to practice listening to your field, when you start noticing the quiet certainties and the subtle signals that arise before the verbal analysis, there will be moments when you wonder, is this real knowing, or is this wishful thinking? Is this my field perceiving something genuine, or is this my fear or my desire constructing a story? Is this quantum intelligence, or is this my imagination? This is a legitimate question, and it deserves a real answer. The key distinction is in the quality of the signal. Genuine field knowing has a particular quality. It is quiet rather than loud. It is consistent rather than changing. It does not depend on what you want to be true. It is still there when you return to it after the noise has settled. It often arrives with a quality of settled certainty rather than urgent demand. And it tends to be about what is rather than about what you fear or hope. Fear-based perception is loud. It is urgent. It changes its story based on what would be most catastrophic. It is not consistent when you return to it in a calmer state. It is about what could go wrong rather than what is actually present. And it tends to amplify when you are in a state of stress and diminish when you are in a state of calm. Desire-based projection is warm and expansive in a way that feels slightly too convenient. It tends to align perfectly with what you want. It resists examination. And when you bring it into your field with genuine openness to a no as well as a yes, it tends to lose its conviction. Genuine field knowing remains. It is not louder when you are anxious. It is not quieter when you are calm. It is simply there, consistent and clear, waiting for you to be still enough to hear it. The practice of discernment is itself a practice of coherence. The more you work with your field, the more you learn to recognize the specific quality of genuine knowing versus the specific quality of fear or desire. And this discernment becomes, over time, one of the most valuable skills you possess. You are not making it up. Your field is real. Its knowing is real. The practice is learning to read it clearly. Now let me share with you something about the collective dimension of this knowing. Because your aura does not operate in isolation, it is part of a larger field. Every person you are in relationship with, every community you are part of, every collective you are embedded in has its own electromagnetic field. The combined fields of people in close relationship create what researchers have called a relational field, a shared electromagnetic environment that influences all the individuals within it. This is why being around certain people makes you feel more alive, more clear, more coherent, and why being around certain others leaves you feeling drained, confused, or less like yourself. It is not just personality. It is field interaction. When you spend time with people whose fields are highly coherent, whose electromagnetic signatures are ordered and clear, the resonance effect of your fields interacting tends to pull your own field toward greater coherence. Your knowing becomes clearer. Your signal becomes stronger. Your capacity for genuine perception is amplified. When you spend sustained time with people whose fields are highly incoherent, whose electromagnetic signatures are chaotic or fear-dominated, the resonance effect can pull your field toward incoherence. Your knowing becomes muddier. Your signal becomes noisier. The quiet certainty of your field's perception gets drowned in the electromagnetic turbulence of the collective. This is not a reason to withdraw from people who are struggling. It is a reason to maintain your own field's coherence consciously when you are in environments that challenge it. To practice the return to coherence, the heart-focused breathing, the intentional positive emotion, not just in quiet moments of solitude, but in the midst of the relational fields that challenge your signal. Because when you maintain your field's coherence in challenging environments, something extraordinary happens. Your coherent signal begins to influence the collective field. The HeartMath Institute has demonstrated that a single person in a state of high heart coherence can measurably influence the heart rhythms of people around them. A coherent field is not just a personal resource. It is a collective gift. When you maintain your coherence, you become a stabilizing presence in the collective field. Your signal helps others' fields find their own coherence. This is the full picture of what your quantum aura is doing in the world. It is not just perceiving your personal reality and broadcasting your personal frequency. It is participating in the collective field of human electromagnetic interaction. It is influencing the fields around it simply by its quality of coherence. It is contributing to or diminishing the collective capacity for clear knowing, for genuine perception, for quantum intelligence. Your light is not just for you. What you radiate affects everyone in your field. This is why becoming conscious of your aura's knowing is not just a personal practice. It is a contribution to the collective field. Every person who develops their field coherence, who learns to trust their quantum knowing, who broadcasts a clear and authentic frequency, is raising the quality of the collective electromagnetic environment, is making it slightly easier for everyone around them to access their own knowing, is adding their light to the collective field in a way that amplifies everyone. We are a field of conscious radiators, and when we radiate consciously, we amplify each other. I want to ask you something, and I want you to sit with it in your field, rather than answering it immediately in your mind. Think about the moments in your life when you have known something clearly and trusted it, when you followed the quiet certainty of your field's knowing without waiting for the logical justification. What happened? What did that feel like? What did it open? And think about the moments when you have known something clearly and overridden it. When you chose the analysis over the perception, the fear over the knowing, the constructed narrative over the quiet truth. What happened then? What did that cost? I am asking you to feel the difference between those two categories of experience in your body right now. Not to judge either. Not to create a story about what it means. Just to feel the difference, the quality of living from your field's knowing versus the quality of living against it. This is your data. This is your quantum evidence. This is your aura showing you, through the felt memory of your own experience, what it has always been trying to tell you. Your field knows. And you have always known that it knows. The practice is simply trusting it. Here is something that often surprises people when they begin to work consciously with their field's knowing. The knowing is not always comfortable. It does not always tell you what you want to hear. It does not always point in the direction that is easiest, or most socially acceptable, or most aligned with what the people around you expect. Your aura's knowing is not designed to comfort you. It is designed to orient you, to show you what is actually true, what is actually aligned with your genuine frequency, what is actually the direction your life is calling you toward. And sometimes, often, that truth is inconvenient. It asks you to make changes that are difficult. It asks you to move away from things that look good on the surface, but are not genuinely aligned. It asks you to trust a direction that you cannot yet fully explain to others, or even to yourself. This is the courage that working with your field's knowing requires, not the courage of dramatic action. The quiet courage